This is a video from Connect, Communicate, Change, social media for the nonprofit sector at www.connect-communicate-change.com.
Okay, so last time we talked about the vital first fortnight, the vital first 2 weeks, when you set up a Twitter account and exactly what to do and what not to do. So if you haven't seen that, I strongly recommend going back and listening, watching even, again, because today's talk carries on from there. What I'm talking about today is how to find people to follow on Twitter. Not surprisingly, the first place to start to find people to follow on Twitter is Twitter itself. Bearing in mind that you're doing this after the vital first fortnight, it's important that you don't do this instantly when you just set your account up. This is after you've done the first fortnight's work. So you go to Twitter and you think about what the keywords are that describe your organisation and what it does. So as an example, let's say you are a cancer research charity. So what you want to do is go to this search box at the top of the screen and type in one of these keywords. So let's say cancer research, and then you search. Now you see that the first result that comes up is Cancer Research UK, and they'd certainly be a good person to follow. You can click and have a look, and you can see that they've sent nearly 4,500 tweets. They've got 27,000 followers, and they're following about 10% of those, so don't expect a follow back particularly, but it's an important one to follow because there are things you might want to retweet, like this one, and you can see also with this that they are interactive, and they do it's not just automated tweets coming from RSS feed. It's, you can see they retweet, they reply, so they're interactive. So what you would do is click follow. Now you can see here that a list comes up of similar to Cancer Research UK. Now Arthritis Care might not be that relevant for what you do. Fight Cancer Now might, Race for Life might, and you can click on any of these and get to see them and decide again from looking down their Twitter feed whether this is an account that suits what you do. With this one I wouldn't follow because the last tweet was sent on the 20th of July. The one before on the 20th of April. Some people would follow anyway, but for me, no, I wouldn't. But what I want to do now is go back to those search results. So let's say you followed them, and then beneath that you can see all these different tweets from people who mention the phrase cancer research. So you can have a look down these and see if anyone catches your eye. Some like that are promoting something that's fundraising. This is let's have a look. This is okay. This is a vintage jewellery shop, and this weekend they're giving 50% of all their purchases to cancer research. So that might be something you want to share, or it might not be. Depends on whether their overall pattern of tweets is something you would appreciate seeing. So like a lot of it is promoting her business, which is fair enough, it's what she set the account up for, but it just might not be someone that is dead suited to what you're doing. So let's keep going down. Now this looks interesting. Fundraising ideas account. What you can do, rather than right click and open a new tag, is just click it and you get a partial view of their account here. So it's fundraising ideas, it's based in the United Kingdom, and what they do is bring together a few sources of info on fundraising and fundraising ideas, hoping it helps one of the good folks in the charity fundraising sector. Now I actually already follow them. So again, you could have a look down and you might think, yeah, that would be interesting for my charity. You see lots of Cindy Crawford tweeting about cancer research. It's a very, very popular topic. Lots of events being advertised. The other thing you can do, if we go back to cancer research page, you can have a look at who they follow. That can be very useful actually. See, they follow Daniel Radcliffe from Harry Potter. Go down, Everyman Cancer, saving men's lives by raising funds to support research into prostate and testicular cancer. So again, if that's relevant to what you do, you can follow them. You can retweet their petition. You can see again that these are interactive people, which is something that a lot of people look for. Similarly, bowel cancer, is that relevant to you, or are you particularly focused on breast cancer, say? Even if you are, it can still be worth making that connection and networking with those people. So that's two ways of finding people to follow. One is for searching for your keywords. The other is to find one of the main players in your area and look at who they follow. Now a third, still on Twitter itself, is looking again at Cancer Research UK. This says 901 listed. Now what this is that when you follow people, or even when you don't, you can click this little person icon and add to list. And when you do this, you can add people, as it says, to a list, and these lists can be anything. So if we click and see, this is basically 901 lists that people have added Cancer Research UK Twitter account to. So if we click on that, so here we have the lists that people have added Cancer Research to, and anybody can add anybody to a list. So these are Quantum Sustenance, I don't know what that means. Someone has added, this person, BT Viewpoint, has added Cancer Research UK to a list called Healthcare. Spider Online has added them to a list called Charities, as has Joking Man, and Charity and Good Causes, Influential People, Cancer Medical Providers, UK Charities. You can see whoever, if you're following someone and you want a concise list of all the people who have similar aims and objectives, you can create a list. So if we look down, you can see there's a theme. A lot of people are adding Cancer Research to lists called Good Causes and Charities and cancer related ones. So if we have a look, say Gemma Cullen 30 has a list called Charities. So if we take a look at that, what you get is the first screen you get is this, which is a feed of the latest posts from the people on this list. So the Blue Cross 6 hours ago wrote that, Cancer Research UK wrote that, and you can then click here, following 15, and it gives you all the people that this list follows. So there's the McGrath Foundation. Money raised funds breast care nurses in communities across Australia, as well as increasing breast awareness in younger women. And you can click through to see more, or you can just think, that sounds exactly what I'm looking for, and click follow straight away. We know about Cancer Research UK, so the next one down is Breast Cancer Care, a UK charity for anyone affected by breast cancer. And again, you can click through for more, or you can just click follow. There's also Cats Protection, Miscarriage Association, the Blue Cross, Headway, and so on. The other thing you can do is click follow this list, in which case you will have from your homepage a list of the lists you follow, which you can click on at any stage and see this feed. So that is 3 ways of finding people to follow directly from the Twitter website itself. So it's search, it's finding the big player and seeing who they follow, and it's also looking at the lists they're in which people group like tweets together, and having a look at those to find like-minded people. So that's one way to do it. Well, 3 ways to do it. And I'm going to show you one other way of finding people to follow, and this is this website called FollowerWonk. Now what this does is allows you to search people's bio. So that's the this section here, which is harder to search from Twitter itself. And this FollowerWonk is a free service which is new, but it looks like it's going to be quite good. So again, carrying on with the same search term as if you're a cancer charity, you search bios for cancer research and then click do it. And what you get is 1802 results sorted by relevance. Now obviously you're not going to go through 1802 results, but what you can do is it gives you link after link after link after link after link to people on Twitter who have cancer research in their bio. Now the first bio is about an 11-year-old boy with an inoperable brain tumour, and sadly I know that since setting up his Twitter account he has since died, which is pretty awful. His mum's now taken over the account and is still doing a very good job at raising awareness. So you can look down and you've found here a children's research hospital, the only paediatric cancer research centre where families never pay for treatment not covered by insurance. So you might think that sounds like a great place, let's have a look. So again, you click on their name and here you are, it's their profile. Now they've got 109,000 followers and only follow 455 back. So like Cancer Research UK, it's not someone to follow just so you can get a refollow, although I will explain in another video why I think that's a bad idea anyway. So again, you can scroll down, have a look. Do I want to follow these people? Click follow if you do, and then close it to go back here. Cancer Research UK we already know about. This one, Stand Up to Cancer, raises money for groundbreaking cancer research. And so it goes on. Some are very personal, you've probably also noticed these numbers to the right. They have a wonk score, which is presumably some algorithm. Then the next column is the number of tweets they've sent. So 1,605, 4,916, and so on. Next is how many people they follow. They've called it friends, but it means how many people that account follows. And then followers, so that's how many people follow them. And days old, how old the account is. So you could scroll down, there are 50 shown per page, and you can see their bios, and that's basically it. When you get to the bottom, you can tweet the search, you can go to the next page, and this way you've got direct access to the people whose Twitter accounts are most focused to the search terms you've put in. And of course these search terms can be anything that's relevant to your organisation. So it could be animal rights. Let's say there's nearly 3,000 results for that, and you can do it for as many keywords as are relevant to your account. So there you are. That's several different ways to find people to follow on Twitter. Next time I will talk about the all-important how to get people to follow you. So subscribe to the blog or to the YouTube feed, or to both, or to our Google Plus page or our Facebook page. You can find all of those at connect-communicate-change.com to make sure you're the first to know when that next video comes out. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Thank you for watching. Visit our website at www.connect-communicate-change.com for information about and insight into social media for the voluntary and not-for-profit sector.